Some nights, you're not even sure what's keeping you going anymore. You're just exhausted. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And the strangest part about it is that the world around you doesn't pause. Life still expects you to function completely normally. You're supposed to answer the emails, pack the schedules, show up smiling, and keep moving, even when your soul feels entirely spent. If you're feeling that weight right now, you need to know that Christian burnout is real, and the Bible actually understands this level of deep exhaustion far more than people think. Because Scripture isn't a collection of flawless, unbreakable heroes. It's a raw record of deeply tired people who reach their absolute limit. Take a man like Elijah. He didn't reach a breaking point because he lacked faith or because he was weak. He reached it because he was carrying massive, unsustainable pressure for far too long. When he finally collapsed in the wilderness and told God, "I've had enough," he wasn't quitting. He was just empty. And notice what God didn't do. He didn't shame him. He didn't give him a lecture. He just let him rest. Sometimes, the most spiritual thing you can do is just close your eyes and breathe again. But when deep exhaustion goes unanswered in our lives, it frequently turns into a desire to escape the pressure entirely. That's where we find Jonah. He didn't run away because he hated his calling. He ran because the assignment felt too heavy to bear. He isolated himself, trying to disappear into a violent storm just to get away from the burden. Yet, even when we try to run from our exhaustion, God doesn't abandon us to the waves. Somehow, in the deepest, darkest hull of the ship, He still finds us. Because some people don't need a lecture or condemnation. They just need a rescue. But what happens when you don't run, yet the storm takes everything anyway? You find yourself sitting in the ashes with Job. Job understood exactly what a heavy, suffocating silence felt like. The profound grief, the confusion, the agonizing ache that wouldn't lift no matter how hard he prayed. There are seasons in life where it genuinely feels like God is nowhere to be found, and the silence from heaven is deafening. But if that's where you are today, look closely at Job's story. Silence is not absence. God can be profoundly present. Even when He chooses to be quiet, He is watching over the testing, ensuring that the fire doesn't consume your identity, but refines your faith. When that silence lingers, it's incredibly easy for our minds to turn inward, and that's when our past failures begin to speak the loudest. Peter knew that specific torment. He thought one public moment of fear, one massive failure under pressure, had ruined his entire destiny. He looked at his actions and suddenly couldn't recognize himself anymore, choosing to isolate himself in his shame. But watch how the story unfolds. Jesus didn't leave him in his guilt. He came back to the shoreline specifically for him, not with anger, and not with a list of demands. Just grace. If you are disqualifying yourself today because of where you've stumbled, remember Peter. Failure is a place you visited. It is not the identity you have to live in. And when you've been hurt by life or broken by your own expectations, it's completely natural for your mind to start wrestling with everything you thought you knew. That hidden shame often morphs into the deep, analytical doubt we see in Thomas. He couldn't just blindly smile and pretend anymore. His mind was flooded with questions, uncertainty, and a desperate need for tangible proof. And yet, Jesus didn't lock him out of the room for questioning. He walked right through the doors and stayed. Because your honest doubts and hard questions don't scare God away. He doesn't demand performance. He safely comes close to wounded people. So, look at the pattern. If you are exhausted like Elijah, running like Jonah, grieving in silence like Job, struggling with failure like Peter, or wrestling with overthinking like Thomas, maybe you're not failing as badly as you think you are. Maybe this raw, broken place is exactly where God does his best work. He meets people in burnout, in grief, in doubt, in the dark. Breathe, reflect, let the noise go. This season of your life is incredibly heavy, but it is not the end of your story. This is Selah Space.